Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is 1:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this 9th day of March 2021. I want to take a look at Cardano and Bitcoin and Ethereum today. Starting off with Cardano, it's had a nice little bounce here, but if you notice, it's been ranging for quite a while now. Well, I guess not quite a while, but it's ranging between 119 and 106, really ever since the third. So we've had about 6 days of ranging inside of here, and this is on the hourly chart. Let's look at the daily. The daily is, this is actually a pretty healthy looking chart for right now. And in fact, this candlestick pattern, this is kind of a funky one, and I think it's called a tri-star pattern. And when I forget the guy's first name, but Neeson, the author of he kind of introduced Japanese candlesticks to the West. This pattern was introduced to him by another trader in Japan who was a futures trader forever and a day. So I think this is a tri-star pattern. I think that's the name of it, where you have it's a 5-bar pattern. Which is odd because most candlestick patterns, and you don't hear me talk a lot about candlestick patterns. I'm not a huge fan of them, but there are certain ones that I do pay attention to, and specifically, this is one. So, in a nutshell, what happens is there's a white candle followed by 3 other candles that have a close lower than the other candle. So we do have that, and then the 5th candle here, this just has to have a close which is above the first bar here, which is this one. If that occurs, that's a buy entry. Now, if I look at the oscillators, does that help? Do we get a confirmation there? Yes. I like the setup here to go long on Cardano on the daily chart because of where the RSI is at, the %B, and the composite index. So the composite index has formed a trough and it's got a really nice slope higher. And then we have this thing right here. We have the RSI traveling south and it's finding support really kind of up against 55 and 60, which is what we want to see. If we're in a bull market, we see the RSI find support between 45 and 55. And that's what we see having occur here. On the %B, we look like we are in a squeeze. In fact, if we put the Bollinger Bands on here, yeah, it looks like we are entering into a squeeze, a Bollinger squeeze. So we could have a really, really, really major breakout here very soon on Cardano. If you want to play it conservative, you could wait to go long at 132, but otherwise, I keep adding to it, so this is a good spot. On the bearish side, we'll see what happens tomorrow if there's anything that signifies risk here. But taking a look at Bitcoin, pretty much the same scenario, although Bitcoin's composite index and RSI and %B, it's kind of a little ahead of Cardano as far as how well it looks with these oscillators. Be careful though, and this goes for Cardano as well, is if prices fail, I'll say this. The high in Bitcoin at 58K, and then look at the peaks that exist. I'm kind of circling with my mouse. Look at the peaks here on the RSI, the composite index. If the current highs, or where the current RSI and %B are, if they don't form a higher high while price forms a higher high, then we get into some bearish divergence scenarios, and we don't want to see that up here. And let's see, Ethereum, want to take a look there. Ethereum's down 0.75%. There have been rumors of outflows from Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is something that I'd be looking at on the short side as opposed to the long side. I know that seems a little unlikely, but I think we should look at it anyways. On the short side of the market, 1272. Or really, if the lagging span drops below the candles, that would be kind of a short-term, short trade setup. No pun intended. We haven't seen the lagging span trade below the candlesticks since September 20th of, September 13th of 2020. 13th of September 2020. That's been a while, but that's what I would look at there. But for right now, Cardano looks pretty good for a long here coming up. Bitcoin looks like it could sustain. Look at Litecoin real quick. Litecoin also for the possible short. I mean, there's some hidden. Sorry, not hidden. There's markets setting up for a regular bearish divergence on these charts. That's a little worrisome, but we'll keep a good eye on it. That does it for me, folks. Y'all have a good rest of your trade day. Take care of yourselves. Hope your week has gone well. From all of us here at Exchange Rates UK TV, please don't forget to like and subscribe.